What's going on, everybody? It's the 5th of January, 2021. And I know that I'm a few days short and a few bucks late, but crappy New Year. It's been a while since you heard my voice. I had to take a break from all the bullshit that is going on. Even though that's kind of hard to do in this manifestation that has been forced upon humanity. But I'm back. I've also been on another outlet to try and boost my voice to be heard. So if you haven't already, download Podbean and look for me there, Real Truth News. There's a few kinks and bugs I'm trying to work out on that to where it can be shared to this YouTube platform. I'm using Spreaker to reach out to people on here, and also it goes to YouTube to boost what I'm saying so that I can get open ears to take notice. But I said crappy New Year. And before I hop into that, I hope that you guys had the best Christmas that you could have had, despite all of the craziness that went down last year. Now, I titled this that it's going to be worse this year. Along with the holiday spirit, when I said I hope that you had the best time with your friends and family and loved ones that you possibly could. And maybe, hopefully, you got something that you had on your quote-unquote wish list for Christmas. If you didn't, hopefully you got something, and that's better than nothing. But I'm already seeing shit go downhill. Already. Just yesterday, in the state of New York, an assembly member wrote a piece of legislation to have written and passed on law as a bill. It's called Assembly Bill 416. You can look it up. And what it entails, that if this is under their assumption, just like this whole COVID bullshit, they don't know. But this bill pertains that if the wording of it says, if you may be suspected, may have it, and you don't take the jab, you're going to be put in a quarantine center, aka detention center, aka FEMA camp. Now, like I said, an assemblyman on the New York State Assembly wrote this and presented it yesterday. Now, New York is one of the model states, if you haven't grasped the concept of that, to have plans and agendas be executed and carried out nationwide, just like the state of California. It is also a testing ground state. So, if this thing goes through in the state of New York, you can probably bet your bottom dollar that as time moves along, this is going to be a thing in state after state after state. That's just one thing that's kicked off the year. Another one is, and this is some good news. A couple days ago, articles came out that over half of healthcare workers will not take the jab. And this coincides with articles and reports that came out in December and in November. Starting off with the state of New York once again. Articles came out where over half of law enforcement and emergency service personnel would not voluntarily take the jab. And then it shifted from them that a poll was done. Through the end of November, going down to December, that 60% of healthcare workers would not voluntarily take the jab. And now, just yesterday, over half of them won't take it at all. So, you gotta wonder, given the fact that states and all over, I'm not sure if it's being tried to be rolled out nationwide yet, but in certain states they are blatantly violating the Constitution, civil liberties and freedoms and religious exemptions, and putting out articles that employers can force you and mandate you to take the jab, or you don't have a job. And within just the last few days, it reached up to the federal level at this ordeal that the person who works or manages the Equal Employment Division and the Department of Labor is saying, yeah, that go right on ahead and do that. But prior to that, it was just articles who went at the state level. And they probably got the go-ahead from the federal level, but they hadn't mentioned it. So, that's another thing that they're going to do. Not only are so many jobs done for and gone for good, but that's coming down the turnpike. Even though a lot of people are refusing it. So getting back to the question, what are these employers going to do? Because that's going to send a pretty sharp message, I hope, that people within the healthcare refusing it, who's going to fill their spot? Who are they going to find in the job pools and employment to fill their spot? When the unemployed, in my heart, myself included, it's hard to get a job. And I've been looking. But for the millions, and that number is going to increase even higher. And I'm pretty sure it is every day. Or without work. Do you think that they're going to suck it up and go apply for the job, seeing and witnessing what they have already? I don't think so. Now, I could be wrong, but I seriously don't think that anybody is going to want to fill those empty holes when that day comes. They're going to be like, fuck you. Now, I mentioned a couple minutes ago that it's presumptive on that assembly bill. Assumed. Because the local CIA Operation Mockingbird fake news media around here, whenever they put articles on cases, they put presumptive in the verbiage. Almost every single one, it says presumptive number of cases. So they're telling you it's a toss-up. So what are you going to do? And the stimulus package. Are you fucking serious? $600. When it has been reported quite a few times that, and before I jump into that quickly, I'm going to hang on to this right here. In this package, they're giving billions of dollars to other countries. Billions. And we get shafted with $600. When it's been reported a few times over the last few months, maybe more, that other countries are giving their residents, let's say, for example, Canada, $2,000 a month since this thing's been going on. $2,000 a month for everybody. And here we get $600. And that's just one state, one country. Other countries, they're getting $1,800 and have been. Others, $3,000. Look it up. Just do a search. I believe it was France that gives their people $3,000 a month, or pretty close to it. And it's been handed to them from day one. And with a 10-month period of time, the most American people are getting $1,800. That's it. But on the other aspect of this, before the package was finalized, even the day of, and I saved the article, I just can't remember the source off the top of my head, that those that are here illegally in this country are getting the $2,000. How does that make you feel? What does it make you think? Pretty shitty, I would hope. But you know what? You gotta pull yourself up and keep going. Keep fighting. My time is about on this. I only get 15 minutes. I'll do another upload later. God bless.